The WWE champion is Jinder Mahal, the Maharaja, meaning the great ruler. It's got the wrestling world, all the fans, the pro wrestling universe talking, and I love it. I mean, this is completely out of left field. It's got people on both sides. Some people think it's a joke. Some think it's the best thing ever. And I think it's a real positive thing. If you didn't know, like I say, Jinder Mahal, he would be what people who know the insides of wrestling would call an enhancement talent. This is kind of a guy who would come in and just lose to a bigger star on the show most of the time. But WWE chose in the last month to kind of elevate him. First by having him win a match with some other big names for a #1 contendership, and then letting him beat Randy Orton for the WWE Championship, which was huge because I don't think I've seen the guy win 5 total matches on TV over the years that I've seen him. And so that's kind of been what the controversy's been. Like, some people think, how can you make a jobber a champion out of nowhere? But the way they did it, it's been cool. They gave him a little entourage, a couple of the cruiserweight guys who were of an Indian descent. They helped him in the matches to become champion. And it was just smartly done. When Jinder came back to the WWE last year, he came back in like this amazing shape, you know. He was shredded. And it was a look that just stood out. You definitely noticed him. And, you know, since they've elevated him, that has clearly helped him in his image. He had a celebration on a recent SmackDown after winning the title, and he looked like a main eventer. And so you had this Indian-style celebration with the music, kind of like a Bollywood musical or something. And it felt fresh. And that's what I liked the most about it. This was a shakeup. Even with all the big stars on SmackDown, like AJ Styles and Nakamura and Kevin Owens, having somebody like Jinder in the top, it puts all those people as potential matchups. Meaningful matchups, whereas normally, like a year or two ago, they would just be running through Jinder without a second thought. Wrestling needs that. It needs new blood. It needs things that are different from what we hardcore fans have come to know. Like, if you watch wrestling as much as I do, you can kind of tell the direction that they're going. You know, the people who they want to, you know, quote unquote push and de-push and all that stuff. And Jinder just kind of came out of left field. Now, they got all kinds of rumors why. You know, they're supposed to be expanding into India and that they wanted an Indian star to kind of lead that charge. And that's most likely the reason. But that doesn't matter. That's just business. I think that the fans knowing so much of the backstage stuff sometimes backfires. But if that's the reason they chose to elevate the guy, then so be it. You know, it works. And I felt like it was fresh. It had me looking forward to watching SmackDown. And I think for the next few weeks, a lot of people are going to be interested in seeing how it goes. I can't wait. I hope he gets treated in a way similar to JBL. You know, JBL was elevated from like a mid-card level, and then they just, you know, made him a megastar. Now, I can't lie, it's a big jump for a guy who has hardly ever won a match to all of a sudden be the company's biggest champion, pretty much, you know, or at least the second biggest champion. That's huge. It's a big challenge. You know, stuff could be said about how safe he is, But for the average fan who doesn't follow all of that, that doesn't matter and it shouldn't matter. People should just enjoy this for what it is. I think he'll get better in the ring. I think his presence is good. You know, the only part I'm not crazy about is that he's going that, hey, I'm a person of color, you know, from another country, so yeah, boo me because I'm different. You know, you kind of wish they could kind of go a different route, but they also know their audience, so I'm not gonna give them too much trouble for that. I just think it's really cool, and I hope they continue to take risks like this. And in the future with different stars and elevating different people to shake things up. Anyways, I thought I had to talk about it because I thought it was so well done. Everybody who follows wrestling has pretty much got an opinion on it, but my opinion is that Jinder Mahal, the Maharaja as champion, was a great move, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future. I'll hit you back with another video soon. Peace.
What's this? Perhaps looking to take the action to the outside here.
Perhaps. It's happening, Cole, right before your very...
Get in there and handle business. Reminds me of myself in my younger days.
Few superstars are as dominant as this guy.
He sees it. I think he's through playing around.
What type of competitor is favored when you step outside the ropes, King?
Well, in my opinion, the more vicious, the more destructive person that's willing to do absolutely anything to hurt his opponent, regardless of the consequences, has the advantage.